Real fast disclaimer, I know this video appears very long, but I promise you that every bit of information I give you here is going to be helpful, so enjoy the video. What's up everybody, aka the Coot here, and upon reaching level 50 I realized that there's a lot of people that have not gotten to that point yet, and that made me want to make a video for everybody explaining all the little tips that I know that can get you to level up faster and more efficiently, because through the leveling process on a game that's as new as this, there's a lot of question marks. I know I went through some growing pains in the process, and you know, those kind of things suck. So if I can give you guys some information that'll help you out and get you leveling faster than the competition, then I definitely want to do that, and I feel like it's still early enough to where some of this stuff is relevant. So jumping right in, obviously there's two different types of this game. There's the PvP and the PvE element. You can level up doing both. Now I spent quite a bit of time on PvP. I really enjoy PvP. It's what I play these type of games for, and if you can look down at my character real quick, you'll notice that he is in full blue 50 PvP gear, because you can afford to buy that early via the prestige system they have, because if you do level via the PvP system, you're going to be coming across a lot of extra prestige, the currency for buying things for PvP, and the cap is only 5,000, so you don't really have a choice but to spend it. But anyways, on the leveling side of things, I've found that you're going to get around 4 to 5% if you lose the game per level. This pretty much scales across the entire 1 to 50 thing, or well, whenever you can start PvPing, but it worked all the way up to level 50 because I had to level from the end of 49 all the way to 50 to cap off the process due to the zone that is the 49 to 50 zone, but I'll talk about that in a second. So you can look forward to at least 5% if you're losing, right thereabouts. When you cap the flag, if you're, or the mask, when you're in the mask area, you're going to usually get around 0.2% of a level. So you may not think that's a lot, but if you keep going through the whole thing, it does add up. So, that being said, if you do win in the PvP, you're going to be looking at around 7, 8, 9%, depending on how you do in the match, how many flags you cap, etc. So, you can look forward to roughly around 10% if you're winning. So, the best advice to give would be, if you have a group and you're in a guild setting where you have 10 people and you can get on a heater, you can level up fairly fast. You're going to be leveling up almost as good as you could be. So that being said, PvE itself is a whole nother animal. It is the grind that everybody either loves or hates about MMOs, but there are a few tips that can help you out in the PvP setting that are going to put you above your competition, and the main thing being, you do level up faster in PvE. There was 1,000 arguments in the guild that I'm in amongst, 100 different people about which is faster. Is it PvP? Is it PvE? Is PvP relevant to level? But the fact of the matter is, in my experience, PvE is the faster way to level. With that being said, however, there is a quicker way to go about it. You'll notice that when you get your quests, you get 2 or 3 different kinds of quests. You get world story quests, regional quests, and tasks. Now, what I found in the later portion, because I skipped probably the first 20 levels due to just leveling up with PvP, is if you just stick to the zone and the regional stories, which you will notice in the game are the exclamation mark with the parentheses around it. I don't have a better way to explain it. You'll know as soon as you see it. You will find yourself leveling up the way the zone intended you to, and if need be, you can go back and do the tasks to make up for the experience that you didn't get. Now, that being said, you're going to have to eventually do a couple tasks. It's unavoidable. But the reason that I avoid those task quests is, A, they don't give as much experience as the regional and zone quests, and B, frankly, they suck. They're the quests where you're going to go out into the forest, have to kill 10,000 boars, and, basically extinct some sort of animal or collect some ridiculous amount of something. Not saying that the regional quests don't have that happen, but you're going to be avoiding a lot more of that with the tasks. Plus, the regional quests tend to give you the better items, the level area items that you're going to be wanting to do, and that kind of thing. So, if you stick to the zones and you stick to the regional stuff, you will be happier, in my opinion anyways, and you're going to level in a relevant sense that you will be staying with the zone area level requirements. This game does a really good job of getting you into different zones, and I'm going to say that the only zone I didn't like was the last zone, and it's probably because I put 90 hours into this game in 1 week, which is probably a little more than some people are willing to put into it, but I was probably burnt out at the time. So anyways, PvP, PvE, that brings me to power leveling. Is it possible to power level in this game? I don't really know the exact answer to that question, but I have it from a couple good sources that they brought a level 17 into a level 49, 48 area, and they were pulling as many mobs as they could and killing them, and they said that at level 17, that person was leveling up about a level every 30 minutes. Now, is this faster than some of the other ways? Yeah, I can definitely imagine that this is probably faster than other ways. Does it take a very special person to be able to just grind mobs for 30 minutes at a time to get levels? Yes. I don't think I could do it, so I can't really prove that to you or back that up with personal experiences, but at least you know that there is the option to go and do that. So that is something that you can do. So, with the legitimate ways out of the way, that brings on a couple other things that I saw that were happening as I was leveling up, and we'll call that the bullshit leveling method, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous. To each their own. If that's something that you want to do, go for it, but there's a way to go and PvP, and you can literally set it up to where all you do is sit in the base and you take the losing experience. If you can get a group of 10 people to do this, I suppose it could be viable in the sense that the other team will roll you and the game will be done in probably less than 5 minutes. So 5% every 5 minutes, you can do the math. You're going to level up at a semi-relevant pace. Do I recommend this? Not at all. Do I encourage this? Not even a little bit. I mean, me personally, I PvP because I like the feeling of owning another person. I'm halfway decent at it. I like healing in PvP situations because it gives me the warm, fuzzy feelings that everybody likes to get in MMOs. So throwing the game for me doesn't work, and frankly, if that's something you do, put a comment below so I know not to play with you. No, I'm just kidding, but seriously, don't do that. It's terrible. Anyways, so that gets all the leveling out of the way as far as I can give you for quick tips. There's some add-ons that I'd recommend. 8th Quest, I believe it's called. AIY, something like that. Get that. It'll help you be able to turn your brain off and just get to the points you want to get to. I highly recommend that add-on for questing. It'll help. But there's the 49 zone. I want to hit on that real quick. I don't want the video to be too long because I know people will stop listening, but the 49 area, just real quick, will not get you. There's an area you get when you turn 49 that unlocks. It will not get you from 49 to 50. It'll get you about 75% of the way in. So if you've gotten to this point in the video, heed my warning. Get about 20% into the next level before you go into that level so you can cap out there and not just look around like, I don't have any quests to do anymore, this is terrible. Now that area is great, the 49 area, but like I said, will not get you a full level, and it's full of the opposing faction, so you may have a little problems with that. And finally, I'd like to recommend fully that you get yourself into some sort of guild situation. I know there's some stigmas and some things out there that, everybody knows what the stigmas are, the anti-guild thing, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. But if you can find a group of like-minded people, you're going to have a better experience out there. 2 people questing makes it twice as fast. 3 people, 3 times as fast. 4 people, 9,675 times as fast. It's simple math. So if you can get out there and you can get a 4-man group together, you can really pull through those quests, and you're going to have a much better time. The content's going to fly by a lot faster, so I highly recommend getting into a guild. So I hope some of this helps you out, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions. I didn't grind all the way to 50 so fast, or as fast as I could anyways, to not help everybody out. So by all means, if you have any questions, post them in the comments section. You can hit me up on Twitter. All that information's available. I'd love to answer them. Thanks for watching, and have fun leveling.